Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My first guest, NFL insider, works for ESPN. This guy knows his stuff. And we need that right now because the NFL is very complicated. Hard to figure out. I'm glad I'm not gambling anymore. But maybe this guy will convince me to gamble. See if I can get a tip from him. Chris Mortensen. What's up, Chris?
Well, I get all my tips watching Richie break down the games when he's on TV. That's how I get it.
Well, that's good.
Right.
That's good to know.
No, Mort, it's great to hear your voice. Mort is my favorite guy up at ESPN. He's the greatest, and I'm fascinated. Still, I watch him every day. I listen to his radio shows every week, and I learn from this guy more than I need to know.
Well,
for sure.
What do you got for him?
It's a paid political announcement, sounds like it to me.
Yeah, right. Hey, so are you surprised at this Thursday night game? I'm a little shocked right now. 14-13.
But these. I'm not a big fan of Thursday night games. And first of all divisional games generally are going to be much tighter than we envision them.
Right.
Because they're so familiar with each other.
Yep.
And when you take Darren Sproles out of the lineup like you did with the Saints, I mean, two of the most difficult players to match up on, I think, I'd ask Richie for affirmation on this, is Darren Sproles and Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Well, Darren Sproles is not an issue tonight because he's not active. And
knee and ankle.
And the Falcons, listen, I think a little bit of pride. I think it was good to hear from Arthur Blank, the owner, just to ease the players' minds when he spoke up and said, hey, Mike Smith, the head coach, is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's the right thing. I mean, it's like,
it's injuries.
If it's a copycat league, then why aren't more people copying what the Steelers have done through the years, or the Giants in recent years, Philadelphia in their years with Andy Reid, which is, listen, don't panic. Before Mike Smith ever came there and Thomas Dimitroff, you never had back-to-back winning seasons. You've had 5 in a row. This is the stinker. And I think that the Falcons players, have shown that they still have some fight left in them.
Yeah, I saw that that's Sean Payton this week. That's what he was drilling into his guys, that for the last 8 years, this game has come down to the final drive. More often than not, that is the case. And it looks like that's going to be the case again tonight when you got an 8-2 team and a 2-8 team. I mean, the emotion plays such a big part in this thing. The Falcons are playing way over their heads right now.
Yeah, no, they are. And, I mean, not that they can still match up with Jimmy Graham. I mean, he's got 100 yards receiving right now. But at the same time, that's generally what it does. These two teams come down usually the last minute and last couple of minutes. And, the thing about it is, it's like, when we watch the Saints right now, we're measuring them against who? We're measuring them against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Who they play next week, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're measuring them against the San Francisco 49ers, who they just played. And that one was a very close game, and it was in New Orleans. And then, we don't know who's going to emerge from the NFC North. And the NFC East, if you can tell me that one, then you get a free trip to Disney World.
Yeah, I mean, don't you think? I mean, I'm a Giant fan. Giant fans are getting excited. Isn't it ridiculous to get excided? I mean, even if they do by some miracle make the playoffs, who are they beating?
Well, listen, first of all, I don't know, because I don't think the Giants make the playoffs. But last year, go look at the Ravens stretch, and we always think it's the hot team in December. Ravens weren't hot down the stretch.
Yeah.
Last year.
Right.
It was actually more like January. They won one big game to make sure they got in the playoffs. I think week 16 or something like that. Or you'd have to check. But so listen, we know this much. An NFC East team, the one that's going to the playoffs, has to win the division.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to get left out. Carolina's going to be in this thing. We know the Saints are going to be in this thing. We know Seattle and San Francisco are going to be in this thing. And then we have this NFC North with the Lions and Bears and Packers with Aaron Rodgers' injury kind of hanging over all of it.
Mm-hmm. Don't you think that Giants-Dallas game this weekend, I think for Dallas, it really helps that they're coming off a bye, because they're going to go back and self-scout and look at the fact that their running game has been good, and they're not even using it. DeMarco Murray he's like 4.9 yards a carry this year, yet there's only 2 games where he's had more than 5 carries in the second half. What are they doing? What is wrong with it? Why aren't they playing football the way it seems obvious to everyone else?
Well, I mean, maybe DeMarco Murray's injury history has got him scared, or that may be part of it. But you're right. I mean, he runs hard. He's a good running back. I mean, I was talking to a coach about this the other day, and it's just the durability issue seems to be the one thing that kind of plays in their heads. Or and the Giants now. Listen, this John Beeson trade. I didn't. I know John Beeson used to be a really good player for Carolina. When they traded him away, I said, well, that tells me all I need to know about John Beeson. He's done. Yeah. I mean, I know that Carolina's got those good linebackers.
Or it tells you, that
John
they're
Beeson
that
is
good.
Getting that Giants defense a spark.
Yeah. He's the leader. I mean, he's like the emotional and what's he leading the team in tackles now?
Leading the team in tackles. They look like a different team. Kind of the passion he's brought to the game seems to has relit the passion of the defensive linemen, Jason Pierre-Paul, Justin Tuck, the other guys up front. What you hear behind the scenes should not surprise us, which is that Tom Coughlin's the one who just kept telling everybody. It wasn't just the players; it was everybody in the administrative offices too, which is hang in there. We got to be, no pointing fingers. Let's just hang in there. That's what they're doing. At the same time, Dallas, to me, coming off a bye, is going to be. It's going to be tough to beat.
Miles Austin coming back from the hamstring.
Right. Miles Austin coming back, and then you're ordered to run DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Both in the first half and the second half.
Yeah. Hey, I was just wondering, how many hours a day do you spend on the phone talking to higher-ups and coaches?
Oh, gosh, it's so much. And, today wasn't a TV day for me, and those are the busiest days.
Yeah.
TV kind of interrupts the ability to gather information. So I don't know. I mean, I think my wife would sit here and tell you that she sees me sit here from 7 a.m. to midnight.
Wow.
And I'm on the phone a lot of those times. Sometimes I'm reading some stuff. It's just like you, John. I mean, we'd sit there and watch you, and you're writing down notes because you have questions you want to ask people when you do get a hold of them. You want to respect everybody's schedule. If you tell a coach or somebody, hey, I only need 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and you want to make it the best 3 or 4 or 5 minutes possible. And then, really, the worst part about it is, if you're a reporter, is I actually like the game. I really do. I like the game, and I'm getting to talk less about the game more and more. And we have this, obviously, this investigation with the Dolphins hanging over everybody's head.
Yeah, right.
And that's taken up a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a shame. Absolutely.
When you're in the off season, Chris, do you go through like football withdrawals? Do you miss it, or is it a relief?
Off season? Is there an off season?
Yeah, that's true.
There's an off season from games, but we get the scouting combine, which is a critical part, and it's not the combine being. The Olympics and shorts. I mean, I don't buy that part, but it's just a chance to get, for a guy like me and I watch college football every Saturday. I mean, I do, but it's still a chance to talk to other evaluators along with the coach. As coaches finish their season, they get into the evaluation process, and I'm anxious to hear what they have to say based off what they see on tape. And so there's that part, keeps you busy. You got to take a little bit of a break. We have free agency that starts, in March, so he gets to screw that up.
Yeah, well, that's the difference with Mort, though. I mean, he gets to actually talk to the coaches and see what they see on tape. The rest of us just kind of speculate and guess. But Mort has like the real deal.
How much do you charge for picks, Chris?
Well, I tell you what, we have this so-called expert pick page, and we get about. All of a sudden I realize it's like Thursday, and they said, "Hey, you got 5 minutes to get your picks in." Oh, forgot all about it. So,
all right.
But the thing about this league though is, and now by design, hey, we're gonna have the draft in the first week of May. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That one bothers me a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a league that when I look at this league, seen a lot of injuries. I don't know that we've seen good football. John, I don't know how you feel about that.
Well,
but we do always have good drama.
I'll say. Well, the big drama this week, aside from the off the field stuff, is Peyton and Tom.
Right.
Looking at that, I think everyone, even though it's the Broncos and they're that good, everyone's kind of surprised that the Patriots can be a home underdog. How do you see that game?
Well, you just told me something I actually didn't know.
Yeah.
Because in other words, I don't know how the Patriots could be a home underdog. I mean, that boggles my mind. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, both sides have their share of injuries. I think that the Broncos know that they do have to run the ball for different reasons. I mean, they got to run the ball because it's getting near that time of year, and you want to at least establish something. And Sean Marino, he gets whatever they block for. If they block 3 yards, he's getting 3 yards.
Yeah.
If they block 6 yards, he'll get 6 yards. He can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield. He's their biggest back. He's surprised some. The development of Monte Ball is critical to the Broncos down the half.
Yeah, he needs to pass He needs to pass protect better, though. That's the only thing holding him back.
Better. And so you go to this game in New England, and New England's lost some key players, but Bill Belichick is going to take away. He's going to take away something. So he's going to probably say Demaryius Thomas. Now it all depends on Aqib Talib being healthy enough to be able to pull that off. But even though they've lost Gerard Mayo and Vince Wilfork, Brandon Spikes and Dante Hightower, the two big guys, they're like defensive linemen. They can't cover anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much success the Broncos will have throwing the ball. I mean, running the ball with Marino and Monte Ball. Then it's a matter of, okay, can they get something going underneath with Wes Welker? Can Eric Decker kind of break out here? Eric Decker's got tangled up with some defensive backs and seems to be getting physically manhandled. And then Demaryius Thomas has to be a superstar of this game, I think.
Yeah.
And by the way, Peyton was able to dial 65 degrees in Denver yesterday, 16 degrees in snow today in Denver, which is more like what they're going to face on Sunday night in terms of the chill factor.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what do you think of the Super Bowl being played outside in a northern city?
Well, it's like those things where you say yes to, giving a speech like 6 months in advance. And then when you get close to the time it is a speech, you say, why did I say yes?
True. I know.
Why did I do this?
Wow.
I mean, what do you think?
I think it's terrible.
I mean, look, I don't know. Again, it depends on how I would gamble. If I was still gambling, I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to think that they might play football, Super Bowl in the snow or in bad weather. I think, from the Ice Bowl on back, Lombardi, you might think that's the way it's played. But, I mean, let's face it, we're used to Super Bowls
when you get down to your two games, though, it really you want to see it to be played in the best possible conditions.
I agree with that.
And where a lot of teams construct their teams based on some of these dome teams or warm weather teams. Hey, they construct their teams based upon it. So but that's tough. You still have to go out there and play football, and there aren't going to be any excuses. And hey, I know darn well it's like before the season I picked Seattle and Denver to make it. I don't know that Denver is going to be able to pull that off. But Seattle or San Francisco, they're going to do just fine in a cold weather game.
Yeah,
I would expect that the NFC is going to come out the Super Bowl winner in this one.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
There with you.
What do you think of Johnny Football, real quick?
Listen, I've been around him a couple times. He's a charismatic guy. He's a heck of a football player. I don't know what kind of a pro he'll be. He's certainly got to learn that there is professionalism in the league. But know somebody that saw him in person, at the Ole Miss game and said, man, he throws the ball better than I thought, better than I expected it. Somebody compared him to Jeff Garcia. I don't know where he's going to go. He'll play. I imagine he'll go somewhere in late first round or in the second round.
Yeah, I think Mel Kiper has him like 12 on the big board now.
I think he's more of an Andy Garcia.
Well, he might be that too, but he is a heck of a football player. The weird thing about meeting Johnny, you've ever met the guy?
No.
He has size 15 feet.
Really?
It's just weird to me. The guy who's I don't know, maybe 6 foot and 5'11" and a half, and size 15 feet. Man, it'd be nice if you grew into those feet. But
he's like an L.
Instinctive guy whose arm is getting better, and everybody I know who's worked with him, they like the guy. I just think, and he is tough. But listen, tough in this league will eventually get you on the injured reserve if you're a quarterback running around like that.
Sure.
Chris, don't take this the wrong way. We all know you're all man, but can you see why a woman would be attracted to him?
I don't know. That's over my head.
You know what? That's the right answer, my friend.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for coming on, man. Come on more often.
Well, real quick, so before I go, because I got to get your picks. Your picks for this Patriots-Broncos game.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
what do you think, Artie?
I like the Broncos. I like Peyton.
Okay.
I think the Patriots in this game get LeGarrette Blount going, and I don't think that Broncos run D that's number 4 in the league. Everyone thinks they're good because no one runs on them because they're behind. I think they're small.
Because they're behind. And the other thing is, Tom Jackson has said this before, tackling in cold weather sometimes gets diminished. We always think it hurts somebody, but the guys don't like to tackle in that weather.
No.
I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to call you guys back in a couple of days and figure it out.
Yeah, please do. Call anytime.
I'm leaning Patriots. I'm leaning Patriots right now, but that could change.
All right,
Mort, you're the best. You are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chris Mortensen, and bringing it here.
He's amazing.
That's listen, that is a fun game coming up. That's one of those matchups you wait for in the NFL.
I'll say.
We're going to take a break, come back with more of this or shenanigans on the Artie Lange Show.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.